Guys, today I wanted to film a new mom's survival guide to having a newborn because the first 3 to 5 months are so hard. Most people say 3 months, but the first 5 months for us was really hard. So I wanted to share tips of things that ways we set ourselves up before we brought Olivia home from the hospital that really helped make life easier for us, and I think they would be helpful tips for y'all. So if you're about to have a baby or you're pregnant or whatever, these are things that really helped us survive better than if we didn't have these things in place already. So the first thing that you should really think about is your house layout. So for us, we have a 3-story house, and the nursery is on the 3rd floor, and our living room area where we hang out is the 2nd floor. So I had to set up everything on the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor to make my life easier. So I got the 4Moms Breeze pack and play that comes with the napper and the changing station, and I put that on this floor, right in the living room, so that I could change her diapers. She could take naps there, because at the beginning, at least for us, she could nap in daylight. It didn't matter if and you kind of want your baby to nap in daylight so that they understand that nighttime is dark. So she would just nap in the living room with us, and it was perfect because I could just watch TV and she'd be right there. I didn't feel comfortable putting her in the room. I also didn't want to be going up and down the stairs a million times to do that. So I would definitely suggest getting some sort of pack and play and having it where you're going to be the most so that you can do everything right there, change and naps. Along with that, we also had a pack and play in our room. We had a smaller one that is where she slept at night, right next to my bed, and I would definitely suggest having 2 different sleeping spots for them, so that based on your house layout. I remember at first I was like, do we really need 2 pack and plays, or should I just put her upstairs? I'm so glad I got 2. But the one that I had upstairs was just a small Graco pack and play. It didn't have the changing station. I just changed her on my bed, honestly. And when you're tired in the middle of the night, that's probably what you're going to do. Unless you're going to their room, I did not do that. I thought it was easier to just change her in the room and feed her in the room. So I just did the pack and play in there. And then that brings me to my next point. So I would suggest getting some kind of basket. I use this wicker basket to hold all of your stuff that your baby needs at all times. So this stayed downstairs with us all day until it was time for her to go to bed, and then it came upstairs with us. So in this basket, I would have clean bottles already ready to go. I always had her formula, but if you're breastfeeding, then have all the stuff that you need for your breastfeeding. Your breast, your nipple pads, your haka, all that stuff. Have something convenient that you can carry around everywhere. So, but I was doing formula. So I did her formula, and then I always filled this glass jar with water so that I could just fill the bottles. Then I got smarter and just started filling the bottles to the line of how much I thought she would drink, and then put this formula in it. Or you can use liquid. Sorry, I'm talking a million miles an hour because there's so much stuff. Always had extra pacifiers. I always had little Remedies gas drops. You just want to have everything ready. Tylenol for myself, and then an extra swaddle and outfit in case she had any disasters in the night. She spit up, had a blowout, just anything. Always have it all ready, because in the night you don't want to have to go find all that stuff. And also, even downstairs, even in your living room, it's just nice having it all in one spot. And along with the basket, I would put all your pain meds that you need to be on. After delivery, I had a C-section, so it was just Tylenol and ibuprofen. So definitely have that all in a little basket that you can just tote around with you, or not, it just stayed with me on the 2nd floor, and then at night my husband would bring it up. So it's not like I was carrying this thing around. It was just kind of where we needed it to be at the time. So one mistake we made was we actually tried to swaddle her for 2 weeks straight. It was the worst decision ever. Just get yourself some of the Velcro Swaddles. They are perfect and just Velcro them and know your baby is nice and tight until they, or a zip up one until, they break out or whatever and they need something else. Just do that for the first few weeks. Those worked forever for her. But, yeah, I don't know why we tried to swaddle her with a blanket. It was a nightmare. So don't do that. Also, so for nighttime feedings, I always had a little touch night light by me because I stayed in the bedroom. And I also always had some like water and snacks like in my drawer, and it's good to have that, especially if you're breastfeeding. You just want to have everything. Like, people say you can't prepare before you have the baby, but you can. You can have all this stuff set up everywhere so that when you come home, your life is easier, because it's just going to be hard, so you want it to be as easy as possible. So one app that I still use and I've always used was the baby tracker app. It definitely has, like, you can time breastfeedings, you can put how many ounces they're eating, how often they go to the bathroom, all that stuff, how long they sleep. I use it to track sleep, and I used to use it to track how much she went to the bathroom. But I preferred to write down from the beginning how much she was eating. So I would put, let's see, so I had this like little notepad, and I would just write down every time that she ate and how much that she ate. So I was 8:15, 2 ounces, 10:15, 2 ounces, 11:15, 2 ounces. And I preferred writing it down. My husband could see it too, and then like we could kind of see as the days went by, like if there were patterns and stuff. The app does it too, but I just preferred writing it down. So I kept that in my little basket as well, and we would just track all of that and write down when she was taking naps and stuff until we could get her on a schedule. But the first 3 months, like, there's no schedule. It is just, you feed them when they want to, and you let them sleep when they want to. So I just liked writing it down, and now it's kind of fun because I can look back and see her progress. So I would suggest having at least 2 different types of bottles. Everyone told me this. I only got one, and she ended up not being, she drank from them just fine, but she had reflux, so I ended up having to go to Dr. Brown bottles, which honestly, just get these bottles. These are the best bottles because of the thing, it helps with gas and stuff, even if your baby doesn't have reflux. We did the Tomo and Tomo Tippies, and they don't work. So, I know a lot of people love them, but I feel like she was super gassy with them, so I don't know. So I would get a few bottles, and also get the Haka if you are breastfeeding, to like catch anything while you're breastfeeding from the other breast. So along with her nighttime feedings, we didn't have a changing station up there. I just changed her on my bed. But what I did have was a little changing pad, just like one of those little cotton ones that I would lay out on my bed. And then I always had a whole thing of diapers and a ton of wipes on my nightstand, and that made my life so much easier. Just having them up in my room and then having them down here in her changing station, which I'll show y'all the changing station that we have down here still, like, that we use. It's just so easy because, again, I'm not going to carry her up and down even though she's almost a year. It's just like I want to have access down here, and you just want your life to be as easy as possible when you're dealing with all this stuff. So I will show y'all that setup because I think it's really good. Other things that are like must-haves are burp cloths and mittens. And I know some people think, like, I guess some babies don't need mittens. Our baby scratched her eye so many times, scratched her face. Like, if she wasn't wearing mittens, she scratched her whole face. So, like, she wore mittens 24/7 unless she was sleeping. And then we would take them out just to let her hands, like, breathe a little bit. And then tons of burp cloths. Just get the muslin burp cloths on Amazon, the big white ones. Like, just get a ton of those and have them everywhere. Like, have them everywhere. Have them in your room. Have them in the living room. Have them in their room. Like, just, yeah. If you think you've gotten too many, like, you haven't. You can use them for so many things, too. So, like, even after, like, we still use them. So, you can use them as rags. So, just get a ton of those to help out. But you'll definitely need them the first 3 months. So like accessories, like large accessory wise, the baby swing we got, which was a lifesaver. So whenever since I hung out on this floor with her, sometimes she wouldn't just nap in her pack and play, so I'd just pop her in the swing if she was fussy or whatever, and she'd just nap there. And I know that they say not to let them nap, but I think as long as you are supervising them, they can nap in a swing. And so the swing was right there in front of the couch, and I would just watch her, and I'd watch TV and like watch her, and she would nap for like 20 minutes. I never let her nap like forever in it, but also really good if you need to cook or something, or go to the bathroom, you can pop them in the swing. She loved her swing. It saved our lives. It was like having a nanny. So great. And then the other thing was the boppy pillow. I would lay it on the couch, and she would nap on the couch, which again, the boppy is not for napping, but I think as long as you're supervising them, so I would just be chilling, relaxing, watching TV, and she'd be napping right next to me on the couch, just kind of cradled in it, so I could watch her. And that was such a must-have for us. That she napped in that for like the first 3 months. Another thing that I highly suggest is a monitor that doesn't need Wi-Fi. So like we just have the Instant Optics one. She's taking a nap right now. And I like that it's not on my cell phone. It doesn't need Wi-Fi. I can just plug it in anywhere and it works. All those cell phone ones, like, do you really want to have your baby, like let's say someone calls you, or you're on Facebook or Instagram or something, you want to be able to see your baby. So like you can't do any of those things if the monitor is on your phone. So I would suggest getting an old school monitor. This thing has been great for us. It's not like it's fancy or anything. I'll link it below. It has amazing reviews. But yeah, I would just get like a basic monitor that will get good signal everywhere, which is why I love this one. So, but yeah, I really like our monitor. Okay, the last two things I'm going to show you our changing station that has been the same since the day we brought her home, and our like bottle station that we still have it all set up as the same as when she came home from the hospital. And these, like, it's funny, we thought like, oh, we'll just leave it like this until she's a little bit older, but like it worked so well that we have kept it the same.
Okay, so here is her changing station. So I just used this old IKEA like cube thing, and then these drawers, at first they only had baby diapers and stuff, but now they have clothes and things because I just like to get her ready here. And then I put this like cotton, I didn't cover this. I didn't want to be washing something. I like just putting a cotton liner on it, and then I can just wash these. So that's what I did. And then I have this little basket with some of her things in it, her wipes, and this should be in the other thing. And then just more diapers right here. And then over here, she has her little diaper trash can. Yes, this is real life, people. My house is a mess. And then in the kitchen, this is her setup right now. So I would get the Boone Lawn, get the big one. I didn't think that we needed the big one, and I'm so glad we got the big one. So you can have tons of bottles, like space to like dry all of those, all the parts of your bottles. And then I just put a little container that has some miscellaneous parts. This is all of her medicine, if she needs anything, and then her toothbrush and her toothpaste. But yeah, just get the large Boone Lawn. Lastly, get yourself one of these little bouncy seats. This was like $22. She ate all of her bottles in this because she wouldn't let me hold her after a while. Probably after like 3 weeks, she was so uncomfortable when I fed her, so I always fed her in one of these. But these are also just great, again, to put your baby anywhere. Put them in the kitchen, in your bathroom, when you're taking a shower, whatever, like just to survive.
Alright guys, so that is it for my new mom survival guide. I don't want to like freak anyone out. It's nothing scary. I just wanted to share like tips that I used that I thought made our lives so much easier. And I also wanted to make this in case I ever have another kid to like remember what I did, because I looked up so many videos of what people did, and honestly a lot of people don't explain like how they like did their layout of where things were. So that's why I wanted to share like where things were in my house to help our like make our lives easier. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just ask below, and I always answer all of my questions. And yeah, if you're pregnant, congratulations, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.